of the United States of America and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. This agenda is complete to the extent known and was sent to the Trenton Times and Trentonian newspapers, posted on the first floor bulletin board in City Hall, filed in the City Clerk's office, and posted on the City of Trenton website. Formal action will be taken. Mr. Garcia.
Certainly. Roll call. Councilwoman Edwards.
Present.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg.
Present.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Present.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Presente.
Councilman Harrison. Councilwoman Williams.
Present y presente.
Council President Feliciano.
Present.
Myself, Brandon Garcia, Municipal Clerk, present. Legislative Counsel, Mr. Ed Kaloji.
Present.
Present. And in for West Bridges, Assistant City Attorney, Scott Micchio.
Present.
Thank you. And Madam President, if you'd like, I can read the invocation.
Thank you.
Almighty God, who holds the fate of man and nation, we most humbly beseech thee to bless this our city, these deliberations, and these thy servants, that they may act with wisdom and understanding for the good of our community and thy greater glory. Amen.
Amen.
And Madam President, I believe at this time we have a council recognition. If
Yes, thank you.
you'd like to go right ahead.
So tonight, I have the pleasure of bringing before council a very special young man that I have gotten to see grow over the years. I've known him since his youth. He is a wonderful shining star academically as well as in the area of basketball. And so tonight, we will be honoring Michael Deuce Jones with special recognition. Whereas Michael Deuce Jones was born in Trenton, New Jersey to Michael Jones Sr. and Crystal Randall and began playing the sport of basketball at a very young age. And whereas Michael grew up surrounded by Division I hoopers in his family, his father, Michael Jones Sr., played for Rutgers University and his uncle Gary Jones played for LaSalle University, Michael aspired to be the next in line and carry the family legacy forward, with his goal being to reach D1 status and to play at either his dad's or his uncle's alma mater. And whereas Michael's father and uncle helped with his overall basketball development, it was his mother, Crystal Randall, also a former high school basketball player, that got him playing on the courts early at the age of 9, while ensuring he still maintained good academic standing. His current GPA is a 3.9. And whereas it was through a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and commitment that afforded Michael the opportunity to play with Trenton Catholic Academy and then transfer to St. Thomas Aquinas in New Jersey, where he surpassed the 1,000-point mark and continued to showcase his authentic talent on the courts, wowing scouts, friends, family, fans, and spectators with his basketball prowess and savvy. And whereas Michael has been presented with many prestigious offers to continue his education, he will now join the LaSalle backcourt next season, where he will play with and accompany his new team, the LaSalle Explorers. In addition to playing on the courts, Michael will also pursue a degree in sports communication. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Trenton, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, that we recognize Michael Deuce Jones for his outstanding academic performance, as well as his tremendous athletic presence on the basketball court, and wish him well in his collegiate journey and all that he seeks to accomplish. Presented this 20th day of June, 2024. So Michael, if you would like, you can approach the podium here and press the button if you'd like to give a few quick words. And then we want to get a picture with you.
I just want to say thank you. It's an honor to have my city in my back, but it's a lot more that I have to earn, and I just want to say thank you again.
Council, if we could go down, we'll grab a picture over in the corner.
I knew already. Man already got mine. And that's why when Crystal called me, she told me that she would be the one to talk.
All right, Mr. Garcia.
Certainly. Madam President, at this time, I believe we have a presentation presented by Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman, did you want to introduce that presentation?
No, so this is a young lady who I had the distinct pleasure of meeting actually through another young lady whose family I get sea moss from in our Spruce Street Market. And she brought this idea to me and I thought it would be absolutely phenomenal. And I asked if she would come and present it to council. I'm sure she's gonna knock it out the park and I look forward to what she has to show us. So I ask you to sit back and let's hear what MetaQuest Academy has to offer. Thank you. Just press the button there one time.
Press that little button. That's set.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, yeah, it's here. Thank you. Good afternoon, council members, staff,
Yes. My name is Chantel Rogers. I am a registered nurse for the past 23 years, and I have been a career and technical education teacher for the past 13 years in Middlesex County. Interested in medicine, I teach the medical assistant track. I still work at the hospital as well, so I'm there too. So I'm like kind of double dipping. The school that I propose is called MediQuest Academy, and it's about empowering future healthcare heroes. This came about because there are lots of kids who are underrepresented in healthcare. When I work at the hospital, there's not many people that look like me. So that's one of the reasons why I went back to high school to teach and to give back. And so now I feel like I could do more by actually opening up a school to serve the underrepresented population. So MediQuest Academy is based on having a shared time program. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the vocational education system that we have here in New Jersey and across the country. So my class is called Health Tech, where I'm at now. But I have certifications to teach more than just one particular type of topic. So my proposal for this school is to be a shared time program where the kids they would do 2 hours a day at this MediQuest Academy, and their academics would be given at the main high school. So Trenton High School, whatever the two high schools you have in Trenton. So, and I propose to do this with real world people, registered nurses, doctors, people who are actually in the industry, because there's not many people that actually teach that come from the hospital to teach in the high school. So I do have my bachelor's of science in nursing. I have a master's of science in nursing education as well. So I chose not to go to the college, but to stay in the high school system, because I feel like that's the pipeline and how we get the kids to be able to go into healthcare. Because most of the time you'll see the students who are there, who are minority, who are working as techs, they're working as housekeeping, they're working in a cafeteria. You don't see many nurses, you don't see many doctors. And so in the 13 years that I've been in this system, I've changed that vastly. I have one student who you'll see, I have a video of, he's an alumni. He's gonna graduate next year from medical school. I have another one that just graduated from NYU a couple of weeks ago. So I'll just go through and tell you, and if you guys have any questions at the end, please feel free to ask me. I'm gonna try and stay on task. They told me don't read. My friend said just go for it. So I'm trying to just go for it. So how are we gonna pick the children? I wanna focus on the 7th and 8th grade students, because I feel like that's where the pipeline is, that's where it starts. Once they get to high school, they kind of already know what they wanna do. The issue is they need guidance. And the biggest problem is that we don't have somebody that can actually cut the red tape for them. I am the red tape cutter for my students. I'm the one who actually drives it home to help them to navigate. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey, so I understand what it is to grow up in a city or population just like Trenton. So, and I had to make different mistakes in order to get to that point where I was able to get my nursing license and everything else that I needed to get. So it starts with the counselors, it starts with the parents, it starts with the community to know exactly what to do. And most parents don't know. My mom, she had no idea. She just knew I wanted to be a nurse. So no one knew how to do that. So I had to figure it out. And the best way is with these certification programs, because most of the time when they're with me, the kids are able to take college classes while they're in high school. So when most of my kids graduate, they're already going into the four-year universities at a junior level. So my goal is always to have them have that allied health. And science and math is the biggest portions. That's what we're weak on, because we don't have the same academics for whatever reason. So I feel like middle school right now is like the sweet spot to hit, to see, like, to get them to cross over and to show them that they can do it. Because most of the time you'll hear the kids say, oh no, I'm not gonna go to medical school. It's gonna take too long. I'm not gonna do this. And I'm like, in 8 years, what are you gonna be doing? You're going to be making $18 an hour working at Amazon or one of the places, and then 8 years have passed you by and they could be making $350,000 a year. So I'm trying to show them the difference in education in order to achieve that. Not all trades are for college, but for mine, for healthcare, I do encourage the kids to go on to college. It is important in order for them to move forward. All of these slides you guys have, I'm focusing on the clinical medical assistant today. With that certification, the kids get so many different skills. I teach them how to draw blood, so they get phlebotomy certified. They can take that as a separate certification. They also get EKG certified. So what that means with my students, I actually teach them how to read the cardiac monitor because I am a cardiac nurse. So with the one certification, they can do so many different jobs. They can be billing coding, they could be an EKG tech, they could be a cardiac monitor, they can be a phlebotomist. And they take that one exam and move forward. And then while they're senior year, once they hit that senior year, they go out to work. I help them get a job. They work for their senior year. So when they go on, when they graduate from high school, tomorrow's our high school graduation. When they graduate, when they go off to college, they need to find a job in that area, working for those last 2 years of undergrad so that they can go ahead and get, become nurses or whatever it is that they choose to become. But yes, it's a great field. It's something that it's not just putting them out there to work at a place where they're making minimum wage. It's giving them the education because they're learning anatomy and physiology. I teach on a college level, so they have didactic twice a week. Usually I do lectures Mondays, Wednesdays. On Tuesdays, it's all about terminology, so they understand the medical lingo. And on Thursdays, it's clinical, all hands-on skills. So the kids are very well-rounded. The job outlook for Trenton, I think the growth is something like 14% between 2022 and 2032. So it's a fast track. They're gonna make on average, they start out of high school, they start senior year with like $20 an hour to start. So, everybody has to start someplace. Once they pass the certification exam, let me just say this, the certification exam does not become active until they actually have a high school diploma. So they can take the exam junior year or senior year. And once they have that certification done, once they have the high school diploma, it becomes active. So, but they still can work without the certification exam because some kids don't pass the exam. They may say, oh, it's not that important. And they go on to college and, it's fine. They're still able to work with that. Curriculum overview. So the curriculum for a certified medical assistant is approximately 9 months if you were to take it outside of the school. The reason why it's a 4-year program and it's shared time is because they're getting all of the basic information. They're learning anatomy and physiology. They're learning how to really take this. Did I hit something? That one went out. They're really learning how to understand the science lingo and the classes and able to be on the level with the college kids when they get there. Because if they're lacking from some math classes in their academics, they're still able to pick it up from what I'm teaching in my class. So I really try to drive home that portion of it so that they understand it. But is physics important? Is biology important? Are all those classes important for academics? Yes. Do they have to have a certain GPA to enter this program? Yes, they at least need to have a 3.0 because you have to have the skills to want to do it. I could only do but so much. The kids have to want it themselves as well. For admission process, I already said we're looking at the 7th to 8th grade mark. We're looking at standardized tests where we'll do an interview to see where the kids are. Is it that their parents want them to do it, or is this something that they want to do? Because parents can't drive home the fact that they want them to do it. The kids really have to want to do it. I just want to show you this video. This is my student, Nicole. This is a TikTok video. We hit like 5.9 million views. And they recorded me of her getting into an Ivy League school. And I had no idea. And then she actually got into Columbia as well. And they opened their letters in front of me, not even their parents. And her mom is a single mom. She got accepted into like 48 colleges. She had 5 full rides. Columbia and NYU didn't offer her any money. And she's a Latina, she's sweet. She works at the hospital right now as a tech, she's working. And she actually chose Rutgers. Rutgers gave her a full ride, but when they saw the TikTok video, they gave her full housing as well. So she's going to school for free. And she entered Rutgers with 48 credits. So she's actually probably gonna graduate like next year. So in the other video, I might have to click it. Is that okay? Oh, this is it. This is the last one. I'm sorry. This is one of my students. I told you guys he's going to graduate next year. He's going to school for ophthalmology. He's from Carteret. And he was under the impression that he couldn't go to school and do this and do that. And he did very, very well. This is the class. I can narrate through. The kids, he came back, he was a AP assistant in college at Rutgers for the cadaver lab.
I graduated in 2017. I went straight to Rutgers, did my BSN program. I graduated in 2021, and currently I work at Overlook Hospital at the 10 CD unit, which is on that search GI respiratory. My dream has always been a registered nurse. I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to go from high school straight into the BSN program and be able to be a registered nurse right after. I was a very shy person, like freshman year in high school, and just watching her and her giving me advice and kind of saying that, you know, you have to do what you have to do if you want to achieve your dream. Being able to be successful in my first year of nursing, I would say that health tech had a lot to do with it.
My name is Elsa. I graduated from Federal Health Tech in 2020. I'm a second year at New York University.
She just graduated from NYU a couple of weeks ago. She's going on to medical school. She was one of the COVID kids, so during NYU, the acceptance happened then.
Problems, and they also had trouble accessing it. And that experience really motivated me to pursue a career in medicine. I missed the community that had helped.
And I can send you guys the slideshow. I know I'm over my time. I apologize.
Today with them, and it's just bound to happen. Two of my best friends I've made.
One is a nurse, the twins. One is a nurse, and one is works at Mount Sinai doing research.
Good anyway. I was talking to them. I supported them, and they supported me a lot because it gets tough. If I wasn't in the store in the shop, I would not create that bond.
Yeah, I met different people from like different backgrounds that were also interested in healthcare, and like I thought that was a great support system. I feel like my confidence grew a lot through like the exercises and the those things that we did in the swatches. It's very generic, but I was to believe in yourself, and that's really what I loved about the shop was that, you know, the support that I received from Ms. Rogers.
That's at Liberty Science Center. We go see surgeries, live
I feel
surgeries.
like that you can do it, you know, especially as in the minorities, not usually seeing people that look like you in the medical field.
Her being a strong Black woman, like, definitely inspired me to be able to move forward and achieve my goal of become a registered nurse, and how she carries herself really inspires me as a person.
You have an interest, or you're exploring an interest in healthcare?
They're doing medical terminology. We make games so that they'll remember the words.
In my opinion, health tech.
We do raps. We do everything. I don't rap. Those are their comments. So pretty much, I'm just asking for help if you're interested in getting this program here in Trenton. And any questions?
Thank you for this wonderful presentation. So this kind of reminds me of, it's shared schooling, so it kind of reminds me of what we have with Mercer County VOTEC, where some of the kids would go off-site and then they would go and study and stuff. So I currently teach at Trenton Central High School. And we have different communities, small learning communities there. We have a MEDI community, which at one time we had a agreement with St. Francis Hospital when they were open and moving and stuff, and our students were moving that way. So I guess you would be looking to touch those kids, right?
Yes, because I believe right now you guys have allied health. You don't offer a certification for the kids, so they wouldn't get a medical assistant certification. They wouldn't. I'm interested in bringing the EKG certification,
Right.
cardiac monitoring. None of those are offered in Trenton, from what I could see. Most of the state does not offer it. It's only certain schools that offer it. And my school has tried it multiple times before I was hired there 13 years ago, and they were not able to make it successful.
Nice.
I'm the secret sauce.
So what I could do is work with Councilwoman Frisbee to get to facilitate a meeting with our Principal Mary Courtney at the high school. Okay. We're getting ready to leave for the school year. Graduation is on Tuesday, but we have conversations and stuff for different programs or partnerships within the high school, so we can look to set something up to arrange for you to have a conversation with her.
Thank you.
An introduction. Okay. Thank you for this. I think it's great. I'd like your information and stuff. If you could, we don't have your.
My number is on the back of the brochure, and it's actually at the back of the presentation as well.
Okay. All right. So I have that. So thank you very, very much. Any other council people? Councilwoman Frisbee?
So yes, thank you, Council President. So one, Chantel, I want to thank you. I knew you would knock it out the park. I love the idea of this. It offers a variety of avenues, and it gives our children our young men and women, a major leg up.
Yes.
Getting those certifications, and it blew me away when you said that one of your students is going into college with 48 credits.
Yes.
Only takes 60 to graduate.
Yes.
So that is absolutely phenomenal. So I love the idea of that. I love how you have your success stories. And we've been telling folks in Trenton, there is a bedrock of phenomenal students here.
Yes.
We're just not given the same opportunities as others. And this brings that, which is why I wanted you to come here. And I thought that your program would be perfect for our city. So I thank you for your presentation. I look forward to us getting this up and running and just making sure that we have here what the capital city deserves.
Yes.
And your program, I believe, is capitalistic. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Madam President.
Council Vice President.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for presenting. As somebody who's born and raised here in Trenton and went through Trenton Public Schools, I know we had certain programs that when I was in school that are not necessarily afforded or not afforded in the same way today as they were when I was a kid, and we were afforded opportunities to get college credits while we were in high school, definitely not 48 credits.
She worked hard though. She did summers. She maxed out credits because I think while you're in high school, you pay like $125, and the schools will have, if it's a Title I school, they'll have funding. And we would fight to get the money so that those classes were paid for. Her mom is a secretary in a public school system. She doesn't make that much money. So we did what we had to do. But she's just one example. There's so many other students of mine that are all over the state and the country, and they're doing awesome.
No, right. No, absolutely. And I mean, face something where some of the credits weren't transferable once we were ready to go to college, and we didn't know that, doing the hard work while in high school. And there were programs that we had in place where we can spend summers on campus at the College of New Jersey, Trenton State at the time, and take courses that were college calibrated, but we didn't get the credits for them. But nonetheless, they were motivational for us. And gave us the inspiration to want to go to college, and, gave us the opportunity to see what it was like once we did, if we chose to go to college. So I think this is excellent. I really think it's excellent that you guys are starting with 8th grade students as well. I think that that's very pivotal.
That's a sweet spot.
Absolutely different, So I think this is excellent. I think you're doing a great job. I do have a couple of really quick questions. One would be, why Trenton? being that you're from Patterson and then, you were in Middlesex. So I'm curious why Trenton, why you've chosen Trenton. And then also I wanted to know how long this program has been in place, how many students have gone through the program, and what is the success rate?
So this is a new program because I actually teach in Middlesex County. Why Trenton? Because Miss Beautiful Frisbee reached out through my friend Jada here. And because I had been toying with the idea of actually opening up a school and doing this. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it because I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm always doing all of these things. And that's my husband, David. He's always sick of me. Like every time I'm always coming up with something that I'm gonna do with the kids or whatever. So Trenton, wherever, if I could put it everywhere, I will. And if Trenton is the start, then so be it. Like I'm happy to do it wherever, it takes to get our kids to where they need to be.
Well, thank you so much. And
You're
kudos
welcome.
to you. And I wish you nothing but success for our
Thank
kids,
you.
nothing less. And
Thank you.
behind every great woman is an understanding man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council
Any-
President?
It's getting there, Councilwoman.
Oh,
Gonzalez.
sorry. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for the presentation. Everything was excellent. Councilwoman Feliciano basically spoke on what program we had. And I just want to say that it would be great for you to present to the Board of Education,
Okay.
as well as connect with the principal and stuff like that. But let the Board of Ed actually see the presentation too.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Anybody
And
else?
good luck.
Oh, thank you.
Council President?
Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you. Congratulations, first of all. It's a very impressive presentation, so thank you for bringing it.
Thank you.
I just have two questions. First one is, what do you see as your top two challenges with getting a program like this up and running in a new town?
I think securing a place to do it and funding. Those would be like my two biggest issues, because to do the paperwork, the curriculum, I wrote the curriculum for our school, so I'm already versed with that. I'm sure there's going to be things that I'm not going to know, but I'm always willing to ask and, to find out and do the research to figure it out. So those would probably be the two biggest things. As far as the kids, that's easy. I'm good with the kids. Where it doesn't matter where they come from, all over, it doesn't matter. I can teach anybody anything.
Okay, thank you. And the other question is of the different, I know you wouldn't call them majors, but I guess specialties. What are the maybe 3 or 4 that are the most popular as far as immediately jumping into the workforce?
So I would say the most popular ones right now, I put the 3 in the presentation. The certified clinical medical assistant certification, that's one. The EKG/cardiac monitor certification is 2. Central sterile processing is huge across the country. They don't have enough of them. They can't get them. The schools are trying frantically to figure out how to do it, but there's no vocational school, bless you. There's no vocational school in New Jersey that has started the program, but I have an idea on how to start it because I do work in a hospital, and I've been in the hospital between Newark Beth Israel and Robert Wood Johnson in New Brunswick for the past 20 something years, and I know everybody and their mother. So the people who actually work in these, in the OR and the people who do this job, I plan on tapping them to be teachers and asking them to do alternate route and hiring them. The biggest problem with getting healthcare providers to come into the educational system is the fact that they aren't paid the same. And I took a huge pay cut to come into the school system. My husband is probably like, but it was huge to go from being a nurse, a registered nurse working in the hospital, to work as a teacher. And so it was hard, but it was something that I needed to do for myself because I wanted to fill that pipeline. Because our daughter just graduated from nursing school 2 years ago. She went to Ramapo College. She's a PICU nurse. Her first 2 years were rough. She's doing great now. But you see, in her class, she had 117 graduates at Ramapo, and only 3 of them were African American. Nursing is 85% Caucasian, female, And there's not many minorities working in the hospital. And it's difficult when it's time for our underrepresented population to be able to get that point across or have to work harder. And it's no reason for that. We should be able to be across the board, be equal, have everything that's afforded to us as the suburbs, the same. And I'm the one who's like cutting that right now and stopping that from happening in Middlesex, but I need to be able to do it more. And I feel like I'm limited where I am, and I need to open my own thing so that I can grow it how I want to grow it, and I can pump more people into the system so we can make this happen.
All right, thank you
Did
very
I
much.
answer your question?
You sure did. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
Passion.
Thank you.
Councilman Harrison.
First of all, I gotta say, I love your energy. Your energy is like, and I can't wait for you to move to our city. That would be great. We're always looking for people to move in our great city.
Awesome.
And you're giving opportunity to a lot of kids who don't have that.
Yes.
So those doors, you're right. The doors are, a lot of times they're not even there. They're not even, forget about being open. They're not there.
Yep.
So for you to create this, your energy, the sky's the limit, because I can see it in you. You have it, and I'm glad you're going to be here, and I know you're going to be successful because everybody on this council could see it and feel it from you. And
thank you.
you're going to touch these kids' lives, but you're going to touch people all over the city's life.
Yes.
So thank you, and this is unbelievable. So thank you.
Can I just add one thing as well? I do, once this is going for the kids, I do want to do it for the adults as well.
There you go. Exactly.
I have parents that want to do it, but they'll come next. I got to get the kids straight first.
We build a strong coalition of everybody in the city.
Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you. Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Okay. Councilwoman Edwards.
I might as well. Hi, I just want to say I loved your presentation.
Thank you.
Nursing was one of the things that my dad like really pushed me to do, but it was just not for me.
It's not for everybody.
But I take my health seriously.
Yes.
And as a mother of two, having experienced 2 natural births,
God bless you.
and going to doctors that did not look like me, I found that they did not take what I was going through seriously.
Absolutely.
And I suffered through things during both of my pregnancies that I shouldn't have. And I say that to say representation matters.
Yes.
That we are a predominantly Black and brown city, and it's important for our kids to have access, early access to this education, and not after high school,
Yes.
not during high school, but when they're in those early stages of eagerness to learn. So I appreciate you, and thank you for thinking of Trenton.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Once again, I was also thinking about programs like the Boys and Girls Club of Mercer County. I know that you may also want to have a conversation with the CEO, Reggie Coleman, and everything out there.
Okay.
As you're talking about spaces and things to do things with. They're really good people. I used to work there at one time as a senior team program director.
Nice.
So they're always looking to maybe partner and figure some things out. And also my mom retired. She's a registered nurse for after 36 and a half years at Hellingford Hospital in hemodialysis. So I have a great respect for those in the nursing profession. And thank you for this and for the opportunity.
Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Garcia.
Certainly. Madam President, after that presentation, we have reached a point of public comment. I have the public comment clipboard here to the public. Public comment will be 5 minutes for each individual. You may address any matter that you wish. Please understand the council is not obligated to respond. First person for public comment is Victor Irizarry.
Is it on? Oh, thank you. Good evening. I'm honored to be here again.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Victor Manuel Irizarry Jr. I live at 19 Moreland Avenue.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a Puerto Rican American and identify heavily with the African American community. Now to start, I started with that, and I'm gonna say that I came to know about the holiday. New holiday was 4 years into about the denial or purposely not informing the African Americans of Texas of the freedom of the Southern slaves. I understand, I can see this flags, you have flags amongst yourselves, and there's many flags that represent the African-American community, especially the one I grew up recognizing as a flag of Black liberation. That's the black, red, and green. And I understand that there's, under that flag, there's many other flags that belong to other African communities or countries or people that live in the United States and also in Trenton, New Jersey. My issue is that I believe that the African Americans of 1555 up to the year 1619 that have not been properly recognized anywhere except only in the Nation of Islam, that they have not ever been recognized for anything at all other than once they blend in or assimilate with other African people of the planet Earth, then they become Black people. So they are lost in what I call either the lighter side of Black or the darker side of Blackness. In other words, they have been erased or evaporated. So I believe they themselves, and only they, from the year 1555 to 1619 flag, and fathered in by Congress, the U.S. Congress. That's besides. I'll put that to the side. My issue is here. It's always going to be the issue here with me because I'm a victim of a so-called drug war that I involved myself in back in the 70s, and I recognize that the reason for that was that in search of the Black Messiah to raise up the Black nation in righteousness, J. Edgar Hoover initiated this so-called policy of influxing of Black communities with drugs, heroin, cocaine, with the mafia and cartels and all that. So therefore, and then Nixon picked it up in 1971, and Ronald Reagan still kept it going till now. My thing that President Biden has the power that right now, he doesn't necessarily have to write another executive order to stop it. He could stop it right now. He has that power. The war on drugs right now, my last readings was that it has cost since then till now about approximately $1 trillion. And that money could be going to our communities and educating our people, because right now I understand that the thing that is always going to be, seems like when it comes to politics and we confront our leadership, and I don't mean you because you have a powerful council right now. We always do have a powerful council, but I'm addressing you, addressing the council, that is. That there's always, either there's not enough money, or you have to educate the people and so forth, and you have to fund the police with more and more money to do police work, which is only to protect and serve. Leave the military work to the National Guards of the states and federal government, the FBI. And that money, that $1 trillion, along with releasing our people of the planet Earth, incarceration of the planet Earth, I think we could do a better job. Now, I'm running out of time. I'd like to also say that, like John F. Kennedy was saying, ask not so much of your government, your president, or Washington, D.C., but what can I do for you? Say, I'm looking to also invest in Trenton, what I can maybe come up with $25,000, maybe get 5 houses so I can renovate and use it, what I call, to house the slum bums. And that's people who are under or less fortunate, more or less fortunate than people in the ghettos. And if I can get some direction, if not a system, but direction, how to go about this, I appreciate it.
Robert, thank you. Smart, thank you, thank you.
How you doing? My name is Robert Smart. I live at 26 North Dean Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. I'm here because what happened is I partnered with the city with a boxing program. I've been training boxers in the city of Trenton for the last 24 years. I've owned my own gym here in the city of Trenton for the last 8 years in Miller Street. I'm 210 Miller Street in North Ward of Trenton. That's my boxing gym. And I've had boxers from age 8 to professionals, but what I'm here now because I partnered with the city to do a boxing event, which is going to be our third. But the last couple of times I've come, I didn't get the support from the council because, one, I didn't come to the council. So what I'm asking now is for the support from the city to help, fund it and support it, because I have a few proclamations I like to give, which I always do when at all my events. This would be my 11th event. The boxing event that I put on. I've had Golden Glove winners. I have nationals. I have one national champion in my gym right now, number 1 in the country. I have a kid in my gym who's number 7 in the country. So I am producing. I have a track record in Trenton. For business I'm doing, for the kids I'm training, putting them in the right direction and moving them. And we have a lot of kids. If you stop by my gym on any given day, you will see 15, 20, maybe 30 kids in there. That's not home and, playing video games or in the street doing this, that, and the third. So what I'm asking is, the support from the council this time around, because I want to do a couple other proclamations for other community groups in the city. Who want to join in with what I'm doing. Fathers to Men is a community outreach. We have Mr. Jimmy, Mr. Trenton Meat Market, who's been in business for over 60 years. He needs to be recognized by the city. And this is a free event. So everyone in the city of Trenton is free, can attend, So it's always a big event. And so what I'm doing right now, like I'm saying, I'm here to just try to get support from the council. I came to get the support from Recreation 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get it yet, but they told me to go ahead and along with my program. And so that's why I'm here presenting it to you guys so we can get it moving, and you guys can get involved and we can push it together. Because I have kids, and I'm telling you, my events are really a big event. A couple of people have stopped by my events. They know my track record. Like I said, I've been doing this in Trenton for 24 years. I've been a trainer in Trenton, moving kids around. I've had my own gym for the last 8 years, and I've been putting on these boxing shows. A lot of them out of my own pocket. The last couple of times, like I said, this is my third one with the city. So I have to go around to the public, and get sponsorships, stuff like that. So I've been doing that, to make it work. But I'm here now to ask City Council to help me move this thing along. So you guys mostly know me, know my track record, know how long I've been doing it. And I have proven to be a great coach, and my gym has proven to be a good safe haven. You can go by there right now. I got guys from Teaneck, New Jersey in there right now. I'm sparring my kids. They're going to the Nationals this month. We have Nationals in December. I want to get my kids into. That's the number one. That's the one in the country where you get your recognition. I want to get my kids down there in December. But these guys are moving their kids this month. They're in my gym right now while I'm here, but they're still going on, So that's what I'm doing. I want to, if you guys want to see I brought some brochures. I brought the brochure so you guys can, all see what's going on, And I want to ask for your help. That's all, Like I said, I want to give a couple proclamations out to some people who's in the community, And that's what it's all about. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. So we all got to get together in this community and try to make it work. And I've been doing it for so long. I have a track record for you guys to look at. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you want to follow my Instagram, I'm Knuckle Game Boxing. I'm 210 Miller Street in Trenton, right by Helling Full Hospital in the North Ward. You can stop by there, and there's kids there every day. There's a bunch of kids there every day. Thank you.
Letitia Peters. Please please state your name and address for the record?
Yes, I'd like to ask, can I have additional minutes? Because I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people in Trenton pertaining to a serious health question that happened yesterday.
All members of the public are given the same amount of time.
Okay. Letitia Peters, 1462 Stuyvesant Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. I'm here on good afternoon, Madam President and Trenton City Council members. I felt like I have a responsibility to be here tonight after waking up yesterday to a permanent to a strong skunk smell in an entire house. And after my aunt called us at 5:20 a.m. stating that she was having problems breathing because she smelled a strong skunk smell. Come to find out it was very strong as I went throughout the whole house. It was in every room. I could not breathe. Right now, they are still homesick and I have swollen feet. A skunk does not cause health issues. It was either they were still doing construction in the area. We called PSEG and the waterworks, and they did not take our issue seriously. We walked around the neighborhood and found out that other people smelled this strong skunk smell. And I did some research. And the skunk odor is actually a chemical called ethyl mercaptan that is added to warn of a leaking natural gas danger. So it is serious when it's a very strong chemical added, and no one should have to deal with this. And many of the people in Trenton and down on Stuyvesant Avenue was experiencing the same symptoms of irritation, can't breathe, respiratory issues, breaking out in hives. My mother was complaining. She's 81 years old, and she should not have to wake up to having tightness in her chest. And after several hours later, the smell dissipated, but it was still there in the area. And then another issue I would like to talk about and ask Councilwoman Teska Frisbee to come out and walk the West Ward, especially in the Hiltonian section. There is trash. The streets are horrible. Just the other day, my mother picked up soil diapers. No one should have to deal with this, especially when they are paying taxes and you want to raise taxes. So again, I invite you, Councilwoman Teska Frisbee, to come out and walk West Trenton in the Hiltonian section to find out what's in your section. Aren't you currently running for re-election? And you want people's vote? You won't get my vote. And the excessive speeding, that is still an issue. My mother, they almost got hit yesterday because someone was just flying and they did not stop. So that is a big issue. And when will the last time I spoke, when will the budget be published online? Will there be more than one budget meeting? Because I like to attend it. And will speed traps be brought? And will police officers be trained to use speed traps? And when will the landlords meeting occur? Because there are still issues with renters in this area and in Trenton. And how many people here who are on the current council are running for re-election? Because right now I only saw that 2 people are. I'd like to know exactly what's happening with the elections in Trenton, New Jersey. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Madam President, that is the end of our public comment. If it's your will, you can start with whichever council person you wish for civic comment.
Thank you. Before we do that, Mr. Garcia, if you can answer Ms. Peters' question about how many people are running for reelection and their wards.
In November, in the general election, there will be 4 individuals running, or at least of the council. The ward representatives will be running in that election. The at-large will remain.
Thank you.
Got it.
So tonight we'll begin with Councilwoman Williams. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Council President. So just have a few brief comments. First, I'd like to start off with some good news, which is this evening having Michael Deuce-Jones with us. I very much appreciate your leading effort to honor him. I am a proud alum of LaSalle University, so I am excited that he will be attending my alma mater at 20th and Olney, and I wish him just all the best, particularly in his endeavors. He's obviously a great student as well as a great athlete, and I look forward to seeing him play basketball, and I hope many people from Trenton go to support him. Because he is going to be taking on an endeavor that is very big, which is Division I basketball, and we're all rooting for him. Also, tomorrow we have for the there's 2 Pride events this weekend. We have a flag raising for Pride flag at 4 p.m. Please join the celebration tomorrow, particularly if you know others. The Pride Center of Trenton and Department of Natural Resources have been working hard on these events to make sure that they're successful. So please come out and support. And then also on Saturday, there'll be a Pride Festival between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on South Warren Street between East State Street and Lafayette. Good chance to come out, meet a lot of your neighbors, friends, residents of the city, and also support some of our businesses downtown. So hope to see a lot of Trenton residents out there. And finally, just regarding the one issue that Ms. Letitia Peters brought up regarding traffic enforcement, I know that's something that our city is looking to do more of in the future. Particularly, I know the police director would like to, but of course, it comes down to having resources and having enough police personnel to be able to have a traffic division, which is something we very much hope to have in our city again. So with that, I just wish everyone a great weekend. Please be safe out there, and I hope you can come to our next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Harrison.
I would like to start off saying that we have an event tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Saturday. It's at the Trenton VFW 12-165 honoring service, strengthening the community together with Councilwoman Gonzalez and myself, Pastor Sean, Triumph Life Church, from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. They'll be giving out things at the church. It's 301 Euclid Avenue. It's the parking lot there. So if you're in the neighborhood and you want to come out, please come out. Also tonight, it's wonderful to hear about this event. This helping kids move forward is a wonderful thing. So anything we can do to help the great kids of this city move forward is a blessing. So it's good to see all of us up here on this council doing our parts with the administration. Like we're going to be working on the budget soon. That's going to be coming up. So it'll be partnership between us, the administration, and the DCA. So, and the community. So if the community has their issues, like regarding speeding, that's the reason why I think why we have so many of the speed bumps in the city, because we don't have the funding to have a traffic division, which I think everybody up here would love to see us have. It's good to see people in the community come up here talking about walking around in the community. If Councilwoman Frisbee, if you would like, I'm always available. I'm always willing to help. So if, like you said, I'm always like to see all of us do it in the community and to address when people come up there to speak, to see that we really truly do care and we want to see the city move forward and keep succeeding. So please know that all of us up here truly do care, and we're grateful that you come up here and speak from your heart and you tell us what you want us to see us address. So thank you with that, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being present here today. I want to first say congratulations to Michael Deuce Jones. It is very hard to be a student athlete and for him to be excelling the way he is. We just want to say we are proud of you and congratulations and best of luck in the future. Also, a shout out and congratulations to all of the graduates from Trenton Central High School who will be graduating on Tuesday, and all of the graduates, because as we know, if you ride past the arena, everyone's having graduations now. So shout out to everyone who is graduating from high school or college. Thank you for those who are present and actually spoke up on some of the issues. As Councilman Harrison was saying, we sometimes don't know what is going on, and for you to experience, so Ms. Peters, I am sad to hear that you had to actually endure some odor, and hopefully if it was a chemical spill that can be addressed, when, if someone can go out and check on it. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, because some things we may not know that is going on in the city. So we want to just say thank you for that. We are trying to work hard and we try to address every concern that comes before us. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Also to Mr. Smart, I believe he left out, but I have attended one of his events, and it is a positive thing for our kids to be involved and engaged. And I always try to be an advocate for us, always saying we want our kids to do better. We have to offer them the opportunity. So I hope that he can be successful with the recreation department and making that happen. I believe that's all. A couple of announcements Mr. Harrison just said. On Saturday, we'll be on Euclid Avenue doing a community giveaway with plenty of household items, cleaning supplies, and other things for those who may need some. Also tomorrow, Councilwoman Frisbee and I are partnering with the Special Olympics and the Trenton VFW to have an event for anyone who is able and wants to come out and just have a good time. So if you have any children that you want to bring by, please bring them by for some free food, some music, and some fun activities. That would be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the YMCA on Pennington Avenue. I believe that's all for this evening. Thank you all for being present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Frisbee.
Thank you, Council President. So I wanted to say to Mr. Victor, I want to thank you for coming out this evening and appreciate your passion that you have for our community. It is greatly appreciated. Coach Smart, he did leave out, and I have been to his program upstairs in the program, watching his children for a while and just seeing the great things that they're doing in the community, and what he is doing with the community, with those children, our children, is absolutely incredible. I've had the opportunity to go to a couple of his events as well, and I just commend him. So I look forward to partnering with him and supporting him. Ms. Letitia Peters, thank you for coming out this evening. I love it when our community constituents come out, and I like being informed. I do walk my streets. As a matter of fact, I walk Stuyvesant and Catwalder Park almost every night. If you would want to invite me out to your area, I'm glad to do just that. I try to be in my community as much as possible. And when folks call me out and invite me, I absolutely do come. I welcome that. So, and the best way, if you're not able to get me directly, if you email me at any time, I respond to every email within 48 hours. So thank you for that. And I thank you for coming out. And I will continue to walk Stuyvesant Avenue. I'll make sure to be in the 4662 area as well. Regarding the skunk, actually, I also have endured the skunk smell for probably about 2 years, right around the corner off of Stuyvesant Avenue. My family has. We have called animal control about that, and we are not even allowed to harm the skunk. My neighbor literally has trapped 2 of them in the yard, and they have come and gotten them and let them go, but they come right back. There is literally a family of skunks in our neighborhood that I know of because I have experienced them, and I have seen five of them walking across my lawn. So just, that's been my experience. That might be not what you were spelling, but I'm letting you know that's what I have experienced. So thank you for that. Thank you, ma'am. Then to Ms. Chantal, I wanted to just tell her thank you. I know she had to leave. The presentation was absolutely wonderful, and I believe it'll be a great opportunity for this community. And I love that she's not limiting it to just the students, that she's also expanding it to the adults as well. And it gives us an edge up, and I'm so grateful for that. I want to say congratulations to Mr. Michael Deuce Jones. I love when our children are celebrated, and I thank Council President for bringing him here and recognizing him Today, I had the opportunity to speak as a keynote speaker along with one of my good friends, Miss Regina Jenkins Thompson, Miss Regina, on today. We were at Parker School, and I wore orange today because orange is a color that talks about gun violence prevention. And today we were at Parker School because today would have been the moving up ceremony for Sequoia Bacon-Jones. And her mom was there while we were there, and we got an opportunity to speak about gun violence prevention to those students. And it hit me today that although graduations are a time of celebration for so many, we forget it is also a somber mode for some other parents who've lost their children. There was an empty seat today where Sequoia should have sat, but due to gun violence, she wasn't in that seat. Hearing her peers talk about her not being there, missing her, lets me know that the work that we do, city level, national level, state level, all of that, it's worth it, but we have to still do more. So congratulations to all those who are graduating and moving up. I got an opportunity to see our young scholars today as well. Our preschool, our babies graduating, and they were absolutely wonderful. So congratulations again to everyone that is graduating. I wanted to reiterate what Councilman Gonzalez says. We are having our 609 day for those who are differently abled, which I have a child who is differently abled. And then we're also inviting our seniors to come out as well. And that's going to be at the Capital Area YMCA on Pennington Avenue. We ask you to come out tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. It will be indoors, there will be air, and there'll be lots of food and fun. On that, I read you a portion of the city's mission statement, which is recognizing that the people of Trenton have made us guardians of the public trust. We are committed to govern with integrity and fiscal responsibility, to seek excellence in the city's operations, and to serve all the city's people with respect and compassion. I thank each and every one of you for coming out, and I hope you'll come back out again. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I want to first start off by saying I definitely support knuckle game boxing. I wish Coach Rob was still here. He coached me when I attended Goss and Goss as a boxer. I originally wanted to go pro. I actually was amateur. So him and Barry Goss and the late Bo Latimer Sr. were my coaches, and I learned a lot. And I will say that in that boxing program, a lot of teenagers were kept off of the streets. A lot of those teenagers that attended the boxing gym were in gangs, and that was their place of refuge and safe haven. And Coach Rob, I visit the gym over there on Miller Street all the time, and it's always packed of girls and boys. And this is a very impactful boxing program that I pray that the city can get behind. I was a little disappointed as I walked in with Coach today when he told me that he attempted to apply for the American Rescue Plan Act funds to support this program because I had recommended that to him. And maybe I misunderstood what the requirements were, but hopefully we can try to get him through that process. Maybe he just needs to understand it a little bit better, but I'm hoping that someone in the administration can assist him with that or help him to find some type of grant somewhere to support this boxing program for the children. I wanted to touch on, Ms. Letitia, your comments about the potential gas leak in your area. I did some digging, and in my capacity outside of council, I'm a congressional staffer. So these types of things I triage a lot. And something like you did, maybe a skunk or a rotten egg or even sulfur type of smells, you should call 911 immediately. That does not fall under the Trenton Water Works Department. And also you can call PSC&G to report the gas leak, or you could report it online. But the first thing you want to do is call 911. They're going to take it serious and they're going to bring the appropriate people out. I'm sorry that you didn't get anywhere with PSC&G. You did mention that they didn't take it serious, but I think that's pretty serious. So next time, and hopefully there won't be a next time, please, please, please call 911 because that could be a dangerous outcome for the entire area. And for PSC&G, the correct number to call if you smell a potential gas leak is 1-800-880-PSC&G or 7734. So yes, so hopefully, you know, in the future, these things would be taken seriously, but if you don't get anywhere with them, please call 911 to avoid any type of health conditions or even death in the worst case scenario. So I don't really have any other comments, but I definitely concur with a lot of my colleagues with their sentiments that we do a lot here, and it's a lot of ground to cover in this city. And I think that, you know, we just need to allow each other some grace sometimes and be respectful to one another. We represent a lot of people in this city, and it's not an easy job. And sometimes things cannot happen overnight, but we're here for you. And if you reach out, we will be. And your Westward representative is not the only one. We have 3 at large up here, and I will gladly walk with you around Hiltonia and everywhere else you need. So please reach out to myself and put my other 2 colleagues out here too. I host community cleanups. I haven't done one in a while, but I would gladly assist with your issues in that area and with Councilwoman Frisbee as well. So thank you and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Council Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg.
Thank you. Good evening. I'll be very short. I don't really like to be redundant and repeat things that my colleagues have said, and they usually cover all ground before it gets to me. But with regards to Ms. Peters, just in talking about the speed humps that are necessary, it's been crazy how many residents throughout the city, and I'll speak to my South Ward specifically, who have requested speed humps. And having been born and raised in Trenton, and learning how to drive on Trenton streets and knowing that people are constantly speeding, I don't remember there being advocates for speed bumps as much as there are now. So we are putting in those requests. We are asking the residents who are requesting speed humps, we're asking for them to rally their neighbors where they want speed humps, and get the neighbors to sign petitions stating that this is what they are requesting and they would like to see done, and then allow the city to do its assessment and see if they could be put into place. And again, as Councilman Harrison said, you know, budget allowing. But there are many requests throughout the city for this at this time. So thank you for bringing that to our attention as I'm dealing with it. We're all dealing with it throughout the city of Trenton. So thank you. Other than that, I just wanted to again congratulate Michael Deuce Jones, you know, being a Trenton High alum. Always want to honor those that came out of Trenton High for whatever greatness that they are achieving. And on that note, yes, Trenton High's graduation is June 25th, coming up at the arena, beginning at 10 a.m. to 12. I am the president of the Trenton Central High School's Alumni Association, and we are seeking volunteers for the 25th. Anybody willing to come out between 7:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to assist in different tasks for the high school at the graduation are warmly welcome. So please go to my Facebook page or contact me via my council website. Council email address. And also any graduating classes ending in the number 4 this year, if you'd like to come out as well, contact me. You are welcome to march in the procession in honor of class of 2024. It's fun, it's awesome, you know, to be there and to represent the class and be a part of that. So thank you all again and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for staying. Thank you for speaking and voicing your concern. Your words do not fall on deaf ears. We do take in everything that you do say to us, and within our capacity as council members, we do act accordingly, again, within our capacity. To Ms. Peters, I just want to say to you, regarding the speed trap status, that's interesting. We can actually have a conversation with the administration to talk to the police director to find out. You asked about training or whatever is going on, so we can look into that and see what's going on with that. You also mentioned about landlord meetings, when are meetings going to occur? I know that Councilwoman Gonzalez and Edwards were looking towards the rent stabilization board to be revitalized, reenacted here in the city, and that is so. So we actually had appointees, but we're waiting to get some more documentation and have them come before us before we can actually appoint them to the board. But that will be up and moving sooner rather than later. Also, you spoke about the smell. My colleagues have addressed that. I'm sorry, so from my standpoint, I'm sorry that you were brushed off or your concerns were not taken seriously by the people who you did contact. However, Councilwoman Edwards did refer to 911, right? If we smell something, that's the route that we're going to go because they certainly will take it seriously. Lastly, when it comes to helping out when concerns are had, if you recall, I'm sure you do, Council Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg and I answered your inquiry in the beginning of the year where you gave us a voluminous list of questions and we made our way through about 29 of them. So we are here to help. The entire council will jump in when and where we can to certainly address our constituents, right? But again, if you address me directly, then I'm going to come right at you directly as well. So I just wanted to say we are all here to help and serve. To everyone here, just know that we're about to jump on our summer schedule when it comes to our council meetings. We will have one meeting in July, one meeting in August, right? So if you check our website for our meetings, you will know that one will be on July the 11th and then on August the 1st. They will be combined meetings, so we will have the conference and the vote on those nights, just so you know that. Speed bumps. So while, again, everybody's looking for speed bumps, if your road is considered an emergency route, they will not put speed bumps on. It will just not happen because of emergency vehicles and then, the snow and all this other kind of stuff. If ambulances, police, fire trucks have to come through and it's a designated emergency route, you will not be allowed to have speed bumps on. Again, so I would encourage you to contact transportation to find out. You can contact one of us here, and it is on the website as well. If you kind of fish around and look, they have like roadways, emergency ways. I was playing around a whole lot of stuff that's on our city website for everyone to see. That being said, I encourage everyone to come out and participate in the various events that are taking place throughout the city this weekend. You've heard about the Pride events that are happening. You've heard about the 609 Day. You've heard about the Give Back on Saturday, Euclid Avenue. Anytime there's an opportunity to participate and be a part of something good, I encourage everyone that can to come out and do it. We are experiencing some very hot weather. For those that have animals, please do not leave your animals outside. They should not, there's certain advisories that are put out about even the heat of the asphalt walking animals, right? Your dog and everything. You should be careful with that and make the best accommodations possible. And if you just find that you are not a suitable animal caregiver, then you don't need to have an animal. So I would just ask that everyone just take that into consideration. Please look out for our senior citizens, especially also during this time. Many of them, we want to make sure, check in on your loved ones, make sure that they're hydrated, make sure that they have adequate air, that they are okay. Just do a check-in just to make sure. Sometimes we take people for granted and things for granted, and sometimes people are just too stuck in their ways to ask for help when they need help. So please, I just ask that you would just think about that, and if you know someone, to reach out and touch them. That being said, thank you all for coming out. Have a wonderful, wonderful night and a safe weekend. Mr. Garcia.
Madam President, we've reached the point of the docket for old business. We have ordinances. Prior to that, if you want to ask for a motion to approve communications and petitions.
Yes, may I have a motion to approve communications and petitions?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. And moving on into ordinances for second reading. Ordinance 24-43, an ordinance to revise certain positions, fixing the salary ranges, therefore, and setting certain regulations for the implementation of same construction official. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-44, an ordinance authorizing the honorary street naming of Kirkbride Avenue to Trey Lane Way. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Wholeheartedly, yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
And Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to consent agenda. Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda prepared from Tuesday.
Yes, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda consisting of resolutions 24, 249, 250, 251, 252, 253, 254, 255, 257, 258, 259, 260, 261, 262, 263, 264, 265, 266, 267, and 268.
So, second.
Just to thank you for the motion and the second. Just a note to the public, if anybody is looking on with the agenda, resolution number 256 was voted and approved on Tuesday. So that is omitted from the consent agenda. With the motion and the second, I'll call the roll. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Carried. And Madam President, is my understanding we have a walk-on resolution
Yes.
that you wish to have roll called, and I'll read the title of that resolution momentarily. One moment. You have that copy? Walk-on resolutions, which we will sign a number 2 resolution awarding a contract to SHI International Corp. For the purchase of license with GovPilot for software use and support awarded through New Jersey Cooperative Alliance CK04 subcontract number 24-38 for the Department of Administration in an amount not to exceed $122,265.26.
If I could have either BA Cruz or Assistant BA Collin Cherry just come up and briefly just tell the council why we are doing this walk-on tonight. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Madam President and Council. Adam Cruz, Business Administrator. The reason of that we're coming to you tonight for this resolution is because the previous contract expired a couple of days ago, really. Unfortunately, the way some of these companies work, they want to put pressure on you when the contract expires, and the next day the services were cut to the city. Unfortunately, GovPilot is used by the gentleman you see here, sitting to my left, and uses that for Opera requests. It is also used at HED for other purposes as well. I know the city is exploring and in fact is moving forward with another.
We're going to implement a new system for Opera requests.
Correct. And so Mr. Garcia is working on that new software, but we need to do a parallel run until the system is fully implemented and is then passed on to the public. So the other reason was that if we didn't bring this up to you today, the company graciously would allow us to continue to use the software, but we had to sign a 5-year agreement if we had to wait until the month of July or August for us to actually submit this request to you. Because we are looking at other alternatives, it is in the best interest of the city actually to come to you today to ask for your vote and of course save the city headaches and money and time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Very quickly, I apologize. That was moved by. Thank you. And the second?
Harrison.
I'm sorry? Thank you. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg. Yes. Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. And Madam President, I believe with the last ordinance tabled from Tuesday, that is the end of our agenda this evening.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Move. Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.